So I'm sitting here with famous actor, singer. Yeah. Anything you want to add?
No, famous actor, singer is perfect.
The entire crew is suffering from low morale, a phrase which here means currently under medical observation for melancholia, ennui, and acute wistfulness.
Joy, joy, happiness, my fortune's about to change.
Almost everyone.
I'm sitting here with famous actor, singer, Tony Award winner, Emmy Award winner, famous husband, loving husband, magician, loving father. Anything you want to add?
Psychic.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Thank you, I like that introduction.
So first of all, I want to really thank you for all these years that you and your family put up these nice Halloween suits. We always are looking forward for this.
Thank you.
And I wanted to ask who chose this year's costumes?
David, my husband, he pretty much chooses every year. He's really good at coming up with the family theme. It's a hard one because we have to convince the kids that it's worth doing.
Did they know?
They didn't know who Marilyn Monroe or James Dean were, but that was kind of fun because we showed them pictures, then we showed them videos, and they kind of got into it, and not only in what they were wearing, but kind of the expressions. Harper was channeling her sort of half-closed eyes as Marilyn Monroe. She was not drinking, but had that kind of look. And Gideon was doing the James Dean kind of eyebrow thing, so very proud of them.
So what costumes can we expect of you, like in this new show, A Series of Unfortunate Events?
Well, I play Count Olaf in this series of Unfortunate Events, and he dons lots of disguises. In the first episode, the first book, which is the first 2 episodes, really, you get to know him just as a person, so there's not a ton of disguising. Although he does wear a weird disguise once, but it's just nonsense. And then in this episodes 3 and 4, he's a whole different character. He's Olaf in disguise as a guy named Stefano, who's a doctor's assistant. And then in 5 and 6, he's a salty sea captain with a peg leg named Captain Sham, and that had an eye patch and sailor's hat and mutton chops and fake teeth. And then in the final 2, he's a woman named, what is her name? Shirley St. Ives. And she has red hair and sort of looks like she's right out of the 1940s, like an old-time talkie movie. So yeah, it was fun. It was weird to wear all the different disguises, but only weird because I was playing Count Olaf playing these parts, as opposed to Neil playing these parts. In that case, I could fully embrace them, but Olaf is a terrible actor, so I sort of had to play Olaf playing the characters, which was a little bit of a mind F, but I hope it turned out well.
As you are talking about Olaf, can you maybe describe the character for us? But I think you get this question a lot, describing the character. Could you maybe do it, if you're into it, to the tune or to the melody of For the Longest Time? I will start. Boom, boom, boom.
No, I don't want to do that.
It's
That's
okay.
so random. I play Count Olaf, and he's probably the definite embodiment of badness and evil, and yet he thinks that he's incredibly rakish and handsome and debonair, which makes it fun, because instead of just being horribly evil, he's convinced that he's just really attractive. And I don't know if you've seen any pictures of him, but he's not a looker, you know. He'd get a right swipe, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. That's a Tinder joke. And so yeah, that was fun. It was weird to play, and even stranger to look at myself in the mirror every time I went to the bathroom.
And how would you describe this show for kids? What is in there for kids? Why should they tune in?
Well, this series is based on a 13 volume series of books that were written mainly for older kids in their teens, probably. And so it's from the perspective of these kids looking at this crazy world of adults and how idiotic they can be. Mm-hmm. And yet it's filled with adventure, it's filled with mystery. There's lots of codes and clues and things for them to solve, which I think kids really kind of respond to. Not only the magic of it all, of different looks and costumes, but also just trying to piece together the puzzle, and I think it should be a good watch in that regard.
Speaking of playing a villain, will there ever be like a comeback of Dr. Horrible? We're looking so forward for new logs.
I would love that. Dr. Horrible is one of the most exciting things I ever got to work on. I'm a big Joss Whedon fan, as are most people, because whatever he touches turns gold-plated. I mean, I wouldn't say solid gold, because he's done some things that, weren't the best, let's be honest. But the problem is we made Dr. Horrible during a writer's strike because no one was working. But everyone's working, including Joss, including myself, including Nathan, including Felicia. So it would be tricky to find a time when it would happen. That's really on Joss's dime, because he's the one who directs giant movies with Robert Downey Jr., which takes a while, I hear.
Speaking of big movies, Disney's starting now to reboot their big tales with...
Aladdin, aren't they? No, Mulan. Aren't they doing
Aladdin, I guess, and The Beauty and the Beast. Yeah. Stuff like that. And they're looking for actors who can sing good and look good. For what, if you would have to choose, would you choose which Disney character that you would play would you choose if they would ask you?
If they would ask me, I'd probably be Mulan.
Can you give
Why?
us...
Is there something weird about that? No. I mean, when I watched Mulan, I felt like it was watching myself. And I just think that I could really take on the role of a young Asian girl that wants to be empowered as a woman.
Can you give us maybe an impression of
No, that would be incredibly offensive. I dig myself into a hole and I won't bury myself.
But playing that role wouldn't be offensive in any way.
Never.
You haven't the faintest idea.
No, I don't want to do that.
It's
That's
okay.
so random. I play Count Olaf, and he's probably the definite embodiment of...
What am I gonna do to make you love me? What am I gonna do to make you care? It's sad, so sad.